actions last week were out of character and beyond any normal reasoning, so I will not be giving you any further chance to explain. I can only hope that your leave of absence has given you the chance for reflection on your questionable decision to discharge the patient.
It has, Mr. Hanssen.
Good. And there will be no further measures taken against you at this time.
Thank you. And I can assure you
that it will never happen again. Is that what you were going to say? You have made me question the efficiency and professionalism of every member of this ward.
Hang on. This was clearly a one-off incident.
Which I can't and won't take lightly, Mr. Levy. And after all, as his consultant, the buck stops with you.
Are you questioning my ability now?
Not until you give me reason to, no. But the trust that was built between junior doctor and senior colleagues clearly needs to be rebuilt, and that will take time, I imagine.
I trust Dominic implicitly.
In that case, let's hope it was but a single blot on Dr. Copeland's copybook. Having said which, I will be keeping a very close eye on Keller over the coming weeks to make sure that is the case and that this is not a global matter.
Sorry, what's that meant to mean?
I will require a team job plan, appraisals for everyone, and annual mandatory training to be completed. Please. I imagine Mr. Levy would be fairly livid if he found out you were going behind his back like this.
Well, I'm simply asking for a second opinion.
What were anaesthetics' thoughts on the surgery?
They were pretty damning. He said it would be the call of the consultant, but he would be happy to oblige.
Could you tell me why I should get involved in this case, please?
Because we have one opportunity to give a patient his life back.
At some notable risk?
Absolutely, of course.
And what's his prognosis without the surgery?
Most likely palliative care, with a rapidly diminishing quality of life. Probable leg amputation, which in itself may kill him.
And the patient's state of mind?
Derek just wants to lead a normal life. He came in today for elective surgery, thinking that he had already beaten the cancer.
Fortune favors the brave.
So you'll speak to Mr. Levy?
There's an etiquette to these things, Dr. Copeland. But I shall see you on the ice.
The need for you to be doing random spot checks.
Really? I thought I'd made myself quite clear this morning that Keller would be under close and rigorous scrutiny for the time being.
It looks like Hanssen's going to be omnipresent until your little faux pas blows over.
Your mere presence could undermine his confidence.
Those the case files Dr. Copeland's been working on today?
Yes, as requested.
Right, let's see how Mr. Myers feels about his treatment, shall we? Which bay is he in?
This one here.
Well, I very much concur with Mr. Levy's prognosis. The surgery carries enormous risks, given your condition, Mr. Myers.
Look, I'm all too aware of that. But if it works, I walk out of here cancer-free. That's what I came here for. Nothing's changed for me. Stuff the risks.
In that case, I am prepared to offer you the surgery.
For the record, I cannot agree to this. Not when oncology have options.
I understand your reluctance, Mr. Levy. However, I've studied Mr. Myers' notes carefully, and if he gives consent, then I'm happy to take it from here. You do give your consent, do you not?
Give me half an hour to pick up my funeral songs, and we're good to go.
Derek!
Oh, lighten up, George. This could be our last few hours together.
Could you give us 5 minutes, please?
Certainly.
Do you want me to scrub in?
No need. My call, my scalpel. Dr. Copeland, you'll be assisting me. Any reason to be here, Mr. Mayfield?
No, I just came to wish you both good luck. Break a leg and all that.
Let us make sure luck has nowhere to play in this little scenario, shall we? Oh, doctor, doctor, is this love I'm feeling? So, there's the tumour. We are going to need to isolate the iliac above and below the mass. Let's cut away what we can safely see first. Dissecting scissors, please. Thank you. taken quite a punt today. You have to ask yourself, would I have offered this surgery if I didn't have something to prove?
Oh, there's a bleed. It must be coming from the common iliac vein.
Yes, fairly significant hemorrhage. Clamp, please. Yeah. Yeah. 5-O-proline. Thank you.
Do you think you can save the leg?
Well, we have a blood supply from the external iliac. He's in with a fighting chance. Normal service has been resumed. Right, now we really need to earn our salt. It would seem the tumour is attached to both the internal and external iliac.
So we'll need to divide the common iliac artery.
This is exactly where we do not want to be. The blood supply will be lost. Chances are he'll lose the leg through ischemia. How would you move forward, Dr. Copeland?
Well, I recently assisted Isaac on a fem-fem crossover graft, which was to save a leg.
Sounds like a reasonable approach. Complicated here, of course, by the presence of the tumour, but still. Do you feel competent enough to assist, or would you like me to page Mr. Mayfield?
And let him steal my thunder.
That's the spirit, Dr. Copeland.
Oh. So far, so good.
Yes, fortune does seem to have favoured the brave thus far.
Well, as you always taught me, once you find the right path, no matter how narrow, you should take it.
Even if that road is laced with landmines.
The older you get, the fewer things you really love.
By the time you get to my age, maybe it's only one or two things.
I didn't have you down for a fan of the Hurt Locker.
Well, the intricacies of bomb disposal. Not very far removed from what we do, are they? And I think we're done. Releasing clamp. And the grafts seem to be holding. Very good. So now we can continue removing the tumour and resect the iliac.
You performed a minor miracle there.
It's a question of belief, I think. I was very impressed with Dr. Copeland today.
I think the pressure on the ward today may have given some of us a more cautious approach towards his surgery.
Fortune favours the brave, Mr. Mayfield, and some of us performed better than others today. I look forward to having your report on my desk first thing.